I got the invitation to go on this Armed Lutheran radio show, though. You know this guy? Have you seen this? There's two things that I would like to say that make me feel safe. Number one, the fact that there is a radio show called the Armed Lutheran Podcast somewhere in the world. That makes me feel safer. And also that there is a man whose name is Zach Lesher, who I only know from the Facebook, but he hangs around on the Table Talk Radio page and some of these other pages. And the dude is like the size of about 7 dudes. I mean, like if you took my muscles and you muscle triplicated them twice, I would not be as big as this guy. I mean, I thought his cover photo was a picture of the Incredible Hulk, but it is actually a real life picture of the dude.
You discovered I'm on Facebook.
So anyhow, that guy's existence and his Orthodox Lutheran confession, and also the fact of Lutheran Armed Radio, makes me feel very safe no matter where I am in the world, including Israel and Germany.
All right, perfect.
Bringing you law, gospel, and guns. This is Armed Lutheran Radio.
Hey folks, welcome to Armed Lutheran Radio, a show about guns, hunting, competitive shooting, the natural right of self-defense, and what God's Word says about the issues surrounding gun rights and gun ownership. I'm your host, Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran, and this is episode number 484. Thank you so much for making Armed Lutheran Radio a part of your week again this week. Thank you to all of you who are members of the Reformation Gun Club, who helped to make all of this possible. This is going to be our May 2026 online hangout. Long overdue, had to delay last month, and appreciate everyone's patience and prayers and all that good stuff. Finally getting around to our online hangout. And if you would like to help support the show and be a part of next month's online hangout, come and join us, reformationgunclub.com, or go to the website, armedlutheran.us, and look for I think it's Contribute to the Mission button. It's a nice big blue button, middle of the screen, and that will take you to GiveSendGo, who is our crowdfunding partner that handles all of our donations and contributions. Every dollar, every penny, whether you're donating $1 a month or $100 a year, whatever your choice, whatever the Spirit moves you to do, we certainly do appreciate it. And thank you again to all of the members of the Reformation Gun Club, some of whom you are going to meet here on this episode. So let's see if we can get all of this up and running, and we can get everybody in.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy. It is our good friend, the Pistol Packing Padre. How have you been?
I've been busy.
Working the two parishes?
Yep. And that's becoming a permanent arrangement now. So I think I mentioned that last time I was on, but that's been a while.
Yeah. Well, you were on when we were on, 2 months ago, I guess. And
right. I missed last month's.
Yeah. So, this is last month. I had to reschedule last month's for today. So
I think that was like February or something.
Yeah. Yep. So that's a permanent thing now.
It's a permanent. Well, we meet tomorrow for the two boards of elders to finalize the dual parish agreement. Then it goes to the district office, and then they approve it, and then it goes to the congregations, to their voters' assemblies to approve it. So
that's the roads, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. How many miles did I drive last month on just the one vehicle?
Oh my goodness.
My first recorded mileage was 113,702. Our last recorded trip, 116,892.
So 3,000 in the last
month.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That doesn't even count your your family obligations and
Right.
going to get
So
groceries.
hopefully my car lives longer than the payment schedule.
Yes, let's pray for that for sure.
If it doesn't, I'm just calling the bank and saying, hey, you can take it. It doesn't run anymore. I'm not giving you another dime.
Come and get it.
I don't. My credit rating is close to 800. If I take a 100-point hit, oh hell.
All right. Well, I am glad you're here. Let's bring in all the other guys who are waiting. Let's see. Stu is with us. Donnie. Steve Clifford is joining us. Tim from Washington State. At least I think it's the Tim from Washington State. It usually is. So the guys roll in here slowly but surely. There's Stu. Donnie. How is everybody?
Hey there, fellas.
John, you survived Easter, I see.
I'm surviving a lot of stuff right now. And I forgot to mention when we were getting started, Lloyd, but I'll have to cut it short. I need to be off by about 8:30.
Nope, no problem. I'm just glad you're here.
Yeah.
Glad you're here too, Lloyd.
It's good to be here. It is good to be here. Steve, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Finally figured out how to get my audio and video working tonight. For some reason, that took longer than it should have.
Usually does. I always have to run a test every time because for some reason my mic doesn't want to show up. Donnie, how are you? Says he's connecting to audio. He may not be able to hear me. So maybe everyone's having audio problems. There's Tim out in the wilds as always. All right, so let's go around the room and get everybody caught up with what's been happening. Pastor Bennett, aside from keeping the roads hot, what's happening in the great state of Minnesota, and what's happening with you? What are you drinking tonight?
Tonight, I'm not drinking anything yet. Maybe a little. I'll be having some Pendleton whiskey later on, but for now, yeah. So, but
young.
Life's been good. Life's been crazy. With the beginning of this dual parish, my head elder at Willow Creek is a little disappointed because I told him that I need to go back to being the substitute bus driver of last resort. So wouldn't be a big deal if I only drove a route in the mornings, but when it's only in the afternoon, my day basically has to end in order to get to the bus garage by 2:45. So yeah,
doesn't exactly
kind of hard to keep up with shut-in visits with that. So
yeah. How's your daughter doing at school?
Well, she's back, finished her first year of college. So
that's right. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
So she's doing good. We're all keeping our heads above water, but each day has its new challenges.
Indeed, it does. Stu, how about you? What have you been up to? It's zoomed in on you.
Not much.
He's got the what is that setting where the camera frames your face cinematically? Just as I asked you and you sort of paused for a moment, the camera zoomed in on your face.
Really, I have no idea it's just the camera. I don't have any effects going. Not really a whole lot.
Not a lot going on.
Huh?
Not a lot going on.
Trying to stay warm. When I have to go in the stores, freeze my off. I did take the Mardi Gras train the other day to Nolens.
Oh, okay. How was that?
That was fun.
How long of a train?
I went there in coach. and came back on the business class. Business class seats are a little bit more comfortable. Plus, you get free drinks, not free alcohol, but free drinks.
Can't have rowdy Mardi
Well,
Gras
the
goers.
person in coach seating got kicked off the train and picked up by the police.
Oh no.
Boy.
Well, it's not Minnesota. They actually work, the police. Or Washington State.
Well, all right.
I did
Donnie?
watch Steve Clifford on YouTube the other day, or whenever it was he came out with his new video.
Ooh.
Which
Yeah,
which
it was
which one was
interesting.
that? The gun one or the car one?
Gun one, the rifle.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
I would like to go shooting, but I'm still letting the shoulder recover
How's that coming?
slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. All right. Donnie, how about you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Things are exciting at our household right now. Um, Peter's
tell.
making Peter's making his trip to the tri-parish he's going to have in Nebraska, Sydney, Nebraska. And Sydney, Nebraska in the modern age is known for one thing, the birthplace of Cabela's.
Yeah, but it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, Cabela's is still in Sydney. It's just their headquarters moved away.
Oh, okay.
Right, because they got bought out by Bass Pro Shops.
Hostile takeover, actually.
Takeover.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got three churches. He's got Sydney, Potter, and Gurley, Nebraska.
Okay.
And he's going out next weekend for the visit, seeing what there's two parsonages. One's a 5-bedroom one. The other one is out in a cornfield, I'm told. And he's got they're excited to have him, and he's excited to go there. He's the first person from St. Louis that's been accepted into the Wyoming district in 14 years.
Wow.
He's the panhandle of Nebraska is in the Wyoming district.
Right.
Okay.
So, but he's excited about it. He gets ordained and installed on the 28th of June. So less than a month away now. And I'm having my right knee done on the 12th of June. So I will probably just be a passenger in the car, not driving yet. And then I'm having
that's cutting it close.
I'm having my left knee done on the 11th of September, and then we'll be moving 6 to 8 weeks after. We'll be moving to where I was at last week. Him and I went to Montana, to my hometown. Was able to pay our respects to my family, which I have lots of them in the cemetery there.
All right. You'll be the bionic man by that time.
Yeah, yep. Doing a little loading right now because of I got to get some ammo for Peter. He's going to decide which of my weapons he would like to take with him, plus a couple that are his.
All right. Now, John, where is your daughter going to college? Which Concordia?
Nebraska.
It's Nebraska. That's what I thought. Okay. Interesting coinkydink there. All right. Remind me what the kind of deciding factors on it's Seward, right?
Yep. They changed the name to Concordia, Nebraska, but yeah, it used to be called Concordia Seward.
What was the deciding factor in going? Is it like the last of the Concordias that's not completely lost, like Concordia, Texas, or?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was just maybe a tiny factor in it. It was the one that had the best pre-med program.
Oh, okay.
Concordia, Nebraska has their own cadaver labs, which you get even like some small state schools that won't even have that. So that was the main driving factor. And it's not in Minnesota because Concordia, St. Paul's in a crappy neighborhood.
But no tuition for church working students.
Right. Which is great. But like, there was one, we have our district conventions there, and it wasn't this last one, it was the one before that there was a drive-by shooting on the interstate just outside the dorm where we were staying. So that's, yeah.
Yep. Sounds like Seward was a much better choice.
It is. I mean, not that Concordia St. Paul's a bad school. It's just
in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they had like a couple $1 billion and they can buy out all the neighborhoods around there and then put up nice houses or something. But yeah, it's.
So it was probably built in a nice neighborhood at the time, and then the railroad basically moved.
Even talking with members of my congregation that went there 40 years ago, there were some rough neighborhoods even 40 years ago. But back when the school started, it probably was, in decent area. But it's the way, ever since the 60s, 70s, that's when crime really took off in the country. And it'd be nice to get back to that era where when people aren't bored, they don't decide to just go get up to no good and start shooting people. So,
yeah. Although we did see, we had an announcement, the lowest or the biggest drop in violent crime in, I don't know how many years. What was it?
100 years.
100
years? Was it 100
cow.
years? I thought I heard 100 years, but I also vaguely remember hearing it since the 1930s. So, yeah.
Now I'm curious what that number was.
If you let the cops do their job, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
The problem with Minnesota is they're like the People's Republic of Washington that Tim has on his sign there.
Yeah.
They don't let the cops do their job.
Yeah, you get into metro areas, and that's kind of how it is. Out here where I live, it's, your county sheriffs are very conservative, but southern Minnesota is a pretty conservative area. Basically, you get outside of the Twin Cities or Duluth or Rochester, those areas, it's a pretty conservative state.
Well, and I think that's true nationwide. You see that big map, like solid red with just little dots of blue all over the place. It's basically
California's like that too, right, John?
Oh yeah. Especially when you get into like the Central Valley area.
9.3 drop in overall violent crime compared to 2024. Murders dropped an estimated 18.1%, the largest decrease in violent crime and murder recorded by the Bureau since 1937. Holy cow.
So it was the 30s.
Yeah.
Well, part of that is because a lot of cities aren't reporting to the uniform crime report. So that, I'm not sure how much I buy some of that.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, you had the same thing though going on, with the Biden era where they weren't reporting. So, but if you look at the overall numbers in the last, that'd be 80 years or so. That's 90 years. That's a big difference.
Indeed. All right, Tim, what have you been up to?
Well,
saving Steve for last because he's in the state of Virginia, and I want to get into what's going on in your state.
Sure.
save some time for that. So Tim, what have you been up to since we were together last?
Well, religion and politics, both in separate kingdoms, of course. On the religion side, happy note, we're finally getting a pastor after 2.5 years of calling one. We're getting him out of
Awesome.
the SEM, and his name is Luther, which I think is a very good sign. He'll be here next month, and he's fresh out of the SEM, but he's a second career guy. And we're a congregation with both a school and a church. So I'm urging people, please don't break him because he does not have a warranty, okay? We got him no matter what.
Which seminary is he coming from?
St. Louis.
Castle. He's coming from the castle. So on the politics side of it, we have two initiatives going out. Once again, we're trying to defeat our own legislature. One of them is requiring people to show proof of citizenship to vote, which I think is kind of fundamental. But back
What
in
a crazy idea.
the Clinton regime, they went and signed off on the voter motor law, and Washington grabbed onto that with both hands. And they have a little checkbox on driver's license applications that basically say, do you want to register to vote? Of course, if you don't speak English, you have no idea what that little paragraph says. So people say, oh, yeah, I'd love to vote. Why not? Oh, I got to be a citizen? No one told me that. Anyway, we have an initiative that we're trying to get signed so we can get it on the ballot in November. The second initiative is to
Wait, does Washington give out driver's licenses to non-citizens?
They officially say they don't, but officially they do, because there's one that got caught in Florida, as a matter of fact, who got a CDL in Washington. He got another CDL in California. He does not speak English, and he killed, 3 or 4 people in a minivan when he did a illegal U-turn in the middle of the interstate.
Yeah, I saw that.
That
so
was on
that's
I-10.
yeah, that's just one of many. And the other one is to let parents be parents. Washington seems to think that when a kid turns 13, if they want to become a transgender gerbil, they can do so without their parents' permission. So, in fact, they will even take the kid and not tell the parents where they are. So this initiative is to reverse that. Our legislature is not listening to the people. They're listening to their people, which of course is wrong. So anyhow, that's on the politics front. On the shooting front, we're doing great. We're seeing people of all hair colors and genders and you name it, septum rings and all the other things coming in to learn how to shoot. They are scared to pieces and they want to learn how to defend themselves. So we have to describe, first of all, what the law is. You know, if you're going to carry, you need the carry permit for that. And so far, all you got to do is submit to a background check and pay a $48 fee. But that, of course, could change with the very next legislative session. To buy a firearm in May of 27, you're going to have to get a firearm owner identification card, actually a purchase card, which means you need to take training, which they haven't identified yet, by certified instructors who they haven't identified yet. And then you got to go through the bureaucracy just to get permission to get a background check, essentially, which gives you permission to get another background check. And then you still have to wait 2 weeks to get your firearm. So by the time all this is done, the DV, the domestic violence victim, has to wait anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to defend themselves. So that's about it. Oh, as far as what I'm drinking, Lafroig tonight.
Nice.
The Scots call it leapfrog.
All right.
I'm open for questions.
All right, Steve, your turn. You've been waiting patiently. I want to know what you've been up to, and then I want to hear about, because things have, when we were together last, things looked kind of dire in Virginia, but now your Supreme Court has thrown out all the maps, and I read today that another district attorney has said she's not going to be upholding the governor's assault weapons ban.
Yep, we have a lot of what we are calling sanctuary counties in this state, and I live in one of those counties where a lot of sheriffs and a lot of DAs have just said this is ridiculous, we're not enforcing it. Although what they don't point out is there's not a lot to enforce. As of July 1st, theoretically, we won't be able to buy 16-round magazines or so-called assault rifles. Well, there's nothing that's not anything that you can really enforce at the county level. It's the fact that these gun stores just aren't going to be offering them for sale. You're not going to be able to buy them online. You're not going to be able to ship them into the state. So what's there to enforce? So a lot of these are probably playing to their audience, but yeah, and ignoring the fact that their audience doesn't realize that this isn't a confiscation ban. This is a sale ban. But anyway, so and we can get more into some of the ridiculousness of our state if you like, but I got three different things. So on the job front, I've got some things there. On the church front, we've got some great news there, and on the shooting front, I got all sorts of stuff. So,
well, hit us up.
All right,
Catch
so
us up.
On the job front, I didn't let you guys know at the last one of these, but I ended up being relieved of duties from my previous position, which was a huge blow and had something to do. It was a ridiculous situation. I'm not going to get into, but suffice to say, it was unjustified, very, very much unjustified. But I am now employed at a new employer and answer to prayers. It is a great job with a great group of people. I've never been in a job interview that asked about the integrity as much as this did. And this is a car dealership. So it's really impressive. It's an impressive group of people, and I am proud to be working there. And even though it's a longer commute and less money, it's actually an increase in responsibilities, and I'm learning a bunch of new stuff. So I'm really excited about it. So praise be to God for that one. On the church front, after 4 years, we finally got somebody. We are getting a pastor out of seminary, second career, and so we didn't have to get somebody to move from the Midwest, because we've had every single call turned down because nobody wants to move from Wisconsin apparently. But so yeah, which I don't understand. I've lived in Wisconsin. It's not that great a place. But
better than Minnesota.
Well, yeah, there is that. But yeah, so we've got a second career guy coming.
Every Wisconsinite in our audience.
Oh, don't you know? I've lived in Wisconsin. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but anyway, so we've got a guy coming. His family is based in Richmond, Virginia, so he understands the area. He's familiar with this area. I'm very excited about that. He should be starting, I believe, in late June, if I'm not mistaken. So all good there. And on the gun front, I've been getting into reloading. Years ago I did some pistol reloading, but now I've gotten into rifle reloading and just having a blast with it, and learning a huge amount and spending more money on failing to do what I expected, and then figuring out what I should have done in the first place, which is what everybody tells you to do. So I'm learning the hard way, and just enjoying every bit of rifle reloading. As
long as you're having fun at it. I mean,
there you go.
I always heard, the old saying that you're reloading to save money on ammunition, but it doesn't work out that way, because you end up shooting twice as much.
Well, there's that, and nobody takes into account that you've got to amortize in the cost of all of the equipment you just bought.
Yeah, there's that.
So once you amortize that in, you got to figure out how many rounds to put that out through, and that ends up taking away all of your savings. But I'm doing it for the consistency, because I made the mistake of getting a Garmin chronograph and discovered that every factory loading is atrocious for extreme spreads. They might be accurate at 100 yards. You can, print this nice tight little cloverleaf group at 100 yards, But when you put it to the chronograph, you realize that you've got an 80 foot per second extreme spread, even with match ammunition.
Oh.
And at 3, 4, even 500 yards, that doesn't matter. It just matters not one lick. But once you start getting out 800, 900 yards, 1,000, it makes a huge difference. So I did it for the consistency of the ammo because I got into long range shooting.
Cool. All right. So what is this video that Stu was talking about?
So I'm preparing for a hunt in late November. I got invited to go hunt a beast called the nilgai. And a nilgai is, it was imported into southern Texas back about, I think about 80, 90 years ago, maybe 100. And they're about 650 pounds and apparently are bullet sponges. So the outfitter, it's NILGAI if you want to look that up.
Holy cow, that's a huge.
Yeah. So they require at least a 300 Win Mag. That's their minimum cartridge requirement. So who wants the minimum? So I got a 376 Steyr, and which is roughly equivalent to a 300 H&H.
Look at that thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good Lord.
Wow.
It's a fat deer with a tiny head.
Yeah.
Night.
You should, if you want to see something that'll keep you up at night, check what a European mount looks like. Just the skull and horns of that thing looks like Satan himself.
Does the last name end in Sortus?
Yeah. Well, so my latest video, I'm practicing and training with that 376, and I do something called a craft drill, which is where you take a shot from a supported position on a tripod, but you should take a shot from standing, a shot from kneeling, a shot from sitting, and a shot from prone, and then repeat that 3 times. So you've got 12 shots on a target from 4 different shooting positions and spread out over time. And if you can get a group under 4 inches, you're doing something. That is a really, really difficult drill. And if you can get it under 2 inches, you're one of the better shooters in the country. If you can get it under 1 inch, you're
World
expert level professional. Because the group size is really hard to do because you're shooting from different shooting positions. So I did that drill with the Steyr 376, which about blows your arm off. I mean, Stu, with your bad shoulder, this would not be for you. But I had 10 of the shots went into about a 2-inch group, and then 2 of the shots blew it out to about a 4-inch group. So it was a fun group, but I learned from it. But the video was meant to show that drill and how to use it and how to use it to evaluate your fundamentals, because that's really what that drill does is evaluate fundamentals, natural point of aim, trigger control, breathing, sight alignment, sight picture, all that kind of good stuff is and by evaluating what your target looks like, where you need to work on it. And what I need to work on is my kneeling position. So that was the bottom line on that video.
Kneeling position.
Gentlemen, I've got to log off here, so I'm out of time. But y'all have a good evening.
John,
good catching up with all
Thank
you.
you, John.
Good seeing you tonight.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a blessed evening.
So anyway, so yeah, that was it.
Okay.
And Stu, thank you for bringing it up. I'm glad you found that one.
Well, I've subscribed to your channel that showed up on my Facebook or my YouTube feed.
Oh, cool. And for
It was
anyone
a while
looking, it is Cliffy 109 on YouTube.
109. Which I think I'm subscribed to. I need to go through and trim down my subscription list, because I see something and I think, oh yeah, that looks really cool, and then I subscribe to it and I never watch another video, and now
Yeah.
my subscription list is just enormous, and I never get recommendations that are worthwhile. So I need to get down to where Cliffy 109 is being recommended more frequently.
Awesome.
The problem, YouTube, their algorithm has changed too.
Again,
And it's
yeah.
really difficult, because I subscribe to certain people. I like travel and cruise videos, and et cetera, et cetera. And these people don't come up anymore. You have to search them out. Or I watch, a gun. Speaking of that, there's this gal on there. I think she lives in Florida now. Of course, I can't remember her name. She's all about guns, gun rights.
Okay.
If I could remember her name, I would, but I'll look it up.
YouTube has never been really friendly about gun content.
No, my car channel does exponentially more than my gun channel.
Yeah. So go out and subscribe to Cliffy 109. Everyone, let's get his numbers up.
Well, the good thing is even though I get very little income off of that one, I get more income off my car channel. But because it is considered a business, I get to write off business expenses, which means ammunition, training, and all those other things that I film and I put on YouTube. Those are legitimate business expenses.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Not a bad trade-off. Memorial Day just passed.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Pardon?
Sorry. That's tomorrow. 1967-68, the Communist Democrats changed the day of Memorial Day to make it a 3-day weekend for their union perps.
Oh.
So tomorrow is actual Memorial Day or Decoration Day, whatever you want to call it. It's 30th.
Okay.
Donnie, you remember that. You're old.
Ouch.
Well,
Donnie's
I turned 70
this
year, so
you just locked his brain up by doing that. Don't do that.
Just
like,
actually, I remember when I was in school and when it was, we didn't get it off for school, but they had a parade that we got to go to and stuff. It was close to the end of school, and yeah, I just I'm looking 72 right down the barrel right now, as to say.
yeah, see, he's older than I am, so I can say that.
Now, Veterans Day is my day because then I get to see if I can still fit in the uniform I retired from 25 years ago.
There you go. So has anybody got any Memorial Day traditions? Anything that you do special for Memorial Day every year? I know Aaron Israel always did go out to the Veterans Cemetery in Dallas. We thought about going down, didn't get a chance to. We were thinking of going to the National Medal of Honor Museum, which is just down the road from us in Arlington, Texas. We started a new tradition last year, which was daughter and I sat down and watched Band of Brothers, and we binge watched the entire series last year, and then this year we binge watched Masters of the Air. So I guess the Pacific is next. Anybody seen? I know everybody's seen Band of Brothers. Anybody seen Masters
Last year?
If you want to see a really good movie, there's one that Russell Crowe was in last year. It's called Nuremberg. And it's a movie about the 22 Nazis, high-ranking Nazis that were captured. And they were in, I can't remember the name of the prison. They were stashed there for a while. And then they were moved to Nuremberg for the trials. The story is based on a book called 22 Cells in Nuremberg by a Dr. Douglas Kelly. He was a psychiatrist who was assigned to assess the mental health and the possibility of suicide of these 22 Nazi leaders.
That's Rami Malek's character in that movie, I think.
Say again?
Was that Rami Malek's character in the movie?
That's it. Yeah, he was the psychiatrist.
Okay.
And that is a real eye opener. I mean, not only shows what we were fighting against, but it also shows what seems to be bubbling up a little bit in our own country as far as the attitudes are concerned. So if you
Yeah.
get a chance to watch it, I highly, highly recommend it.
Yep. I don't subscribe to Netflix, so I'm gonna have to find some. Maybe I can spin up a free trial. Create
I
me
got the
another.
Blu-ray. I saw it on
Oh,
the
okay.
flight. I was coming back from Scotland to here, and I watched it on the flight, and I go, I gotta have this movie. So I went and ordered it on Blu-ray.
Okay. All right. I did that with All Quiet on the Western Front. I went out and
Which
got
one?
that. It was the new one that was on Netflix, which I thought was really good. It's not
Well, there's been
1917 level good, but it was good.
the 1930 one.
I have not seen that in a long time.
Another really good
Or
one.
the one with John Boy. Well,
Another really good one is One Life. It's Anthony Hopkins. It's a British movie. Once again, I don't know if you can get it on Netflix or not. I have the Blu-ray, of course. If it's a really good movie, I get it. But it's the story about this one fella. He was a lawyer, I think. And there was a bunch of children in the Czech Republic, well, Czechoslovakia at the time, who were trapped there, and the Nazis were coming in. And he wanted to get them out of there because he knew their next stop was going to be a concentration camp. And it wasn't just the Nazis he was fighting because they were still kind of like behind the curve. It was the bureaucracy of his own government to get those children over to Britain. Another really, really good movie. I'm not going to give it away, but if you get a chance to watch it, watch it. It's called One Life.
One Life. That was 2023.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and it's based on the Hebrew proverb. I think it's Hebrew. It's like, he who saves one life saves the world. That's what the title is based on.
Okay. Well, it's funny you should mention Nuremberg because I wrapped up the end of Masters of the Air. Didn't get to see didn't binge the entire series because we couldn't get through all 9 hours in one sitting. But the end of part 9, they go through just like Band of Brothers. They show you the real life photographs of the characters, right? And then give you a little history about what they did after the war and all of that. And one of the guys actually became was one of the prosecutors at Nuremberg. And I don't remember which one that was, but I thought that was, again, just a weird coincidence that you would bring up the Nuremberg movie.
Do stand by, though. In the movie, during the Nuremberg trials, they show a lot of the atrocities that happened in the concentration camps. I mean, real footage of it. The stuff that the Allies brought back. And it's not something you saw on Newsweek or Time. No, this is the real deal here. So if you have a weak constitution, don't watch it. But if you really want to see what was going on, absolutely watch it.
So it's the original prosecutorial footage from inside the camps?
No, no, it was the evidence that the Allies gathered when they found the concentration camps. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was that footage.
That's okay.
And
I'd say that's cool. I guess, I mean, that's a funny way to say that. That's great that they did that. That would be eye-opening, I think. I would love
it is. And juxtaposed with the testimony of the witnesses or the accused, I guess you can say, and the attitude of Hermann Goering, who Russell Crowe plays. I mean, their attitude and what you see that was happening in those camps is just, I can't imagine human beings being that cold. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I can. Sorry.
It's the default nature of humankind, unfortunately.
We've killed 60 million babies in this country. And nobody seems to care. Well, some people care, but we've killed 60 million babies since
72.
the incorrect decision of Roe v. Wade, etc. So but we don't talk about that. We don't care about Joe Stalin killing 23 million. We only care about these other because they're supposedly right wing, the Nazis. Well, they're not. They're not right wing. They're from the same ideological background as the communists. But
I think it's
communists are okay. Can't you tell? Look at New York City. Look
I think
at
we've done a
Seattle.
terrible disservice educationally, not telling
Well, that's
our kids
because
how terrible
the-
that ideology is.
the progressive left took over the schools.
Yeah.
And the conservative says, wait till they get out in the real world. Well, guess what? They're in the real world with this idiotic ideology.
Well, and you also had the kind of embarrassment of they were our allies during World War II. It was sort of the
They didn't last that long now, did they?
enemy of our enemy is our friend kind of thing. And so let's just gloss over that whole,
Yeah. Winston Churchill saw it, but then
yeah.
nobody listened to him before World War II either.
Well, after World War II and World War One, nobody had really had a whole lot of stomach for what Churchill really thought we should have done.
Patton wanted to finish Russia off entirely.
Yeah. Yep.
Just ask the Poles about the Russians.
Mm.
They despise them. They don't like them at all. At least when I was there in 2019.
Well, they still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. It's Will I Am.
It's Will from an undisclosed location of some sort. Looks like you've been relegated to outdoors. Can't hear you. You are muted.
Oh, low bandwidth.
Or there's
low
that.
bandwidth too, or what?
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm at church. We have a potluck and Bible study on Friday nights, and it's over here at the parsonage. So I just came outside because people are still inside.
Nice. What's on offer tonight?
Oh, you mean the bed or just the potluck?
Both.
The potluck was largely Mexican styles, like enchilada and chips and queso and guacamole, and I mean it was wonderful. I've never had a bad meal at our potlucks. We do good stuff. Just water and coffee.
Remember, he's not a Lutheran.
Yeah.
But I do have some good whiskey waiting for me at home.
There you go. Yep, exactly.
But he's not a Lutheran, but I had a beer with him.
Yep.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's not a
indeed.
Lutheran.
Lutheran
At our church, we have wine or champagne, or some people bring beer and other punches, but this Florida.
Oh, there's that. Texas, our potlucks were always dominated by barbecue. It's just you could not get away from it.
Well,
Back in North Carolina, our potlucks were dominated by Jell-O molds, and that's all I remember.
Oh. Okay, I had a youth pastor once who told me to bring food to the potlucks. Is he Jell-O mold, and he put Jell-O, and then he put some cooked. He put various things in it, including shrimp, and it was declared to him at the end of that potluck, please don't bother bringing anything else.
Don't ever do that again.
So he's like, I was a bachelor. I didn't have to bring anything. It was wonderful.
Oh, yeah, that would leave you scarred for life. You're expecting free.
Jell-O's okay. Shrimp is great. Together, not so sure.
Yeah.
I need more wine.
A little more adventurous than I'm down for. So, Will, what have you been up to?
Mostly work, washing windows. Yeah, that's my in-laws are in town, and they came into town for my wife's day, and then immediately took the kids up to South Dakota to go see the and a few other things. And this week was Stan's kids, and my wife and I went out every night.
That's nice. How many? How long before you're empty nester? You still got a ways to go, though, don't you?
Right around the house. We tidy up after ourselves. We come back a couple hours later. It's still tidy.
All right. So what? Oh my Lord, Steve.
For a moment, did you ask me a question?
Steve just shared a picture of this beast, the skull of this beast that he's going hunting. Oh my! Here, if you
Isn't
haven't
that the
seen-
worst thing you've ever seen?
Oh my goodness gracious! I'm gonna share this. Let y'all see if you haven't clicked on that link. Oh my!
That's funny.
Look at that thing.
Yeah. That's what the trophy looks like if you don't mount the whole thing. If you do a European mount, that's what it comes out looking like.
No, thank you.
And I think that's a fascinating comparison right there, because when I said earlier the picture of it, it looks like a gigantic, like a fat deer with a tiny head. I mean, look how small the head is. That's a can of soda.
It's actually an antelope, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's wild.
Has the same kind of horns as a pronghorn.
Yeah, and they are genuinely horns. They are not antlers. There's a
That's right.
difference.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a fun hunt. I'm looking so forward to it.
So where are you going to be for this?
So it is South Texas. It's about as far south as you can go. It's down almost on the coast, down near Corpus Christi, I think is the nearest airport.
Okay.
But it's about an hour southwest of Corpus Christi.
Okay. So they have a game hunting area where they've just imported a bunch of these things?
Yeah, apparently there's sections down there where these things got out and run wild. But and I don't think this is a fenced preserve. This is just a ranch that they have a pretty healthy population of these things roaming around. I don't believe it's high. In matter of fact, I know it's not high fence. So there are parts of Texas where these things actually roam.
Oh my goodness!
They went feral
in the dark alley.
No.
So you will not be paying $273 to put that on your wall. You'll be collecting that one on your own.
No, I'm sure I'll pay a lot more than that for it, though.
Yeah.
You're going to do a full mount?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
It's such an odd-looking animal.
I have heard that the meat of those things is the most unbelievably delectable meat there is. And I've heard it is flat out the tastiest meat you can eat. So and the outfitter down there has contacts with a couple of local butchers who will package it up and you can ship it back to your home. So I'm looking very, very forward to that.
So who's going to help you haul that thing out of the site?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to, and they do campfire cooks and everything there, so it's a real safari style experience. I got invited by a fairly well-known gun writer named Michael Bain.
Oh,
he's got a podcast and all
He's
sorts
well
of stuff.
known.
Oh yeah.
He's mentioned me on his podcast a number of times, so he invited me to go join him down in South Texas end of November, beginning of December this year, and I can't say no to that invite.
King Ranch, by any chance?
It is not King Ranch. Oh goodness, I can't remember the name of the outfitter now, but
I just ran across an article from Texas Highways talking about these things roaming around on King Ranch. They can weigh up to 600 pounds and run faster than Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
I've been wondering if they are like the pronghorn, which is the fastest land animal in North America. And but it doesn't sound like it's that fast. I mean, not that fast, but fast.
We have a lot of odd wildlife in Texas that's been imported. Like when we first moved here, every day when we would drive to school, we would drive past this house that had camels, because apparently at some point the U.S. military was using camels in Texas for training, for like African warfare training or something back in World War.
They had camels back in the Indian Wars.
Okay.
And, it goes back that far, but I don't think they really used them that much.
I don't think they ever did use them much. You're right. And there were people who just, I guess, bought them and had them in their yards, which was really kind of weird, but still, it was a neat thing to drive down the road and point your kids, hey, look, kids, zebras and camels. Is it going to be a night hunt?
No, it is not a night hunt, and actually, it is through the Uturia Ranch, Yturria, Uturia Ranch, and it is Wildlife Systems is the outfitter putting it together.
Uturia Ranch, 15,000 acre ranch.
That's not that big.
It's tiny.
It's not.
No,
Not by Wyoming standards or Texas standards.
or Montana standards.
Or Montana standards. I worked on a place that was 50,000 acres, and it wasn't that big. Didn't have that many cattle. I think it was 400, and that was a summer range.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, they also have scimitar horned oryx on that property and a couple of other things. But so yeah, I'm looking for it because the hunt includes lodging and camp cook, and they will cook up your game, and sounds like a really nice fireside experience. So I'll be bringing a couple of cigars and enjoying the company a lot. That's for sure. They've compared it to an African hunt if you can't afford to go to Africa.
It kind of looks that way. I don't know whether this is the same outfit, but I mean,
Yep, that's the one.
Is it?
Neat. That's a big animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It looks bigger than 600 pounds. It really does.
It's very bulky. We want a picture of you like this, Steve.
Yes.
Where hunting the nilgal, the guy with it.
Oh, I believe I've got this rifle ready. I ended up with a deal on this rifle. I traded a gun that I already had to get this thing.
But I've got bullet sponges.
Yep.
They look like it.
So I've got that rifle is throwing a 260 grain bullet, a little over 2,600 feet per second.
Nice.
And I've got a 1.5 to 5 power scope on it. I might change that out. I might go to a 2 to 10. And I've got a suppressor on it because I think hunting without a suppressor is just completely uncivilized at this point. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of work with it. I've been trying to make sure I can shoot off of shooting sticks. I've been doing drills where I practice, ranging it with the binos and dialing my whatever I need to, and making shots off of shooting sticks at a 10-inch steel plate, and feeling fairly good about it. So I by the time I go, I will have put a considerable number of rounds downrange through that gun.
Very cool. When are you going?
November 30th.
Okay.
Is the date for it.
Early Christmas present for you?
Something like that, yes.
I
tell you, with the job situation, I wasn't sure it was going to happen, but now things have stabilized enough. It certainly will be.
You're going
I
to
have
What's
Had
that?
you put in a deposit and then all the job change happened?
Yep.
Oh, That's a
Yep.
horrible feeling.
Yeah.
Saying you're going to need a bigger freezer.
No, I won't. I got that handled. I also had I had the most disastrous deer season this past year. This is the first year that I have been skunked on deer. I have never, ever, since I started hunting, not gotten a deer until this past season. So there's room in my freezer.
Oh, wow.
I got one freezer just for wild game. And in my past, I've shot several antelope and, pronghorns. And when I was a junior in high school, I drew a moose tag and got a moose on opening day.
Cool. That's
Nice.
awesome.
The only thing that I have left to get that I really want to get is an elk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Donnie, where do you go to hunt elk?
Montana, which in a few months I'll be a resident there again. I'm a member of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, which is from Missoula, Montana. Actually started in a little town of Libby, Montana. I've got antelope, both kinds of deer. In fact, Peter is getting excited because where he's going in Nebraska, they have a lot of waterfowl hunting. They have mule deer and whitetail deer. They have pronghorns.
Waterfowl. I thought you said waterfall. I was like, what is waterfall hunting? Like, I had
Yeah.
a picture of like Last of the Mohicans, hiding under the waterfall.
Waterfowl. It's supposed to be good goose area. Prairie dogs for just fun shooting, and about 2 hours north, or about an hour and a half north of where he's going, there's elk.
Okay, so what's fun about the prairie dog shooting?
You just go out there and you pop
They're
them off
pests.
you pop them off at 300 yards with your 223.
Okay.
And they go boom.
You have
Yeah.
no idea how much I want to do that.
Oh,
That sounds like the coolest
It
thing.
is fun.
It's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got
I
a
did with
20.
a 30-06, and they really go poof.
Yeah.
That sounds
I've
awesome.
got
They do.
a 26-inch barrel, heavy barrel, 223, a Savage. I just updated the scope on it, and it looks like he was going to take that because I just loaded him up 100 rounds more. Plus, he'll have 500 rounds when he moves to Nebraska. of that ammo.
Nice. Nice.
And
Steve,
then
I have a question. Sorry.
Sure.
What are you doing for the used car dealer? I mean, the car dealer.
I'm
just wondering.
the general sales manager at a Mazda dealership in Richmond.
Okay, nice.
I run the sales department there now.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a move up, but because it's a smaller dealership, the pay isn't what it was, but it's an increase in responsibilities, and like I said, they're very, very good people running it.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Not fun worrying about what's coming next.
No, especially the situation was unjust is the best way I can describe it. And that's I'll leave it at that.
Probably a good thing.
Yep.
There was the other question. Now I don't remember. All right.
All right. It's a Mazda dealership in Richmond. So
You'll remember.
Congratulations. I just don't
Thank you.
remember the other thing I was going to ask you. I think it's,
Guys, unless Stu, you've remembered your other question.
if I do, I'll go on his channel and write it to him.
perfect.
I do recommend him. Listen, that was a great video.
Well,
I
thank
know
you.
what my grouping would be. It'd be like that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
You're
I
welcome.
enjoy your
It
stuff.
was great.
Good stuff.
It wasn't boring. It was
No.
very interesting.
Appreciate it.
But I look at history channels, so you know where I'm boring.
I've got to go,
Hi,
y'all.
Will, you're back.
I've been listening, but it was cutting in and out. So I there's a few parts of the conversation I missed. Anyway, I've got to get going. Shalom, y'all. We'll
Good
talk
to see you,
soon.
William.
Peace.
And you.
See you next one.
I
Bye,
want
guys.
to show you something. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but this is actually, my son's getting it. This is the actual Bible signed by my grandfather that he carried into World War One.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Was it in German?
I'm going to guess not. All right. Guys, I appreciate you taking the time tonight. It's good to be with you, and I appreciate your patience. Sorry about last month.
We had a nice conversation.
So, things are slowly getting back to normal. Whatever that is. I have no idea what that means.
There is no normal.
No, that's very true. So we'll definitely do this again for next month. I will probably go ahead and schedule this for like in a couple of weeks or maybe 3. And now that we're in the weird in between time with volleyball because we're switching clubs, and the season just ended, but the club decided that they were going to raise our rates for no additional benefits and a building with no air conditioning or heat. And so we're shopping for new volleyball clubs. So that's what our summer is going to be, but it should be sort of back to normal as far as podcasting. So we'll do this again for June, and I hope to see all your smiling faces then.
Awesome.
I hope it's still smiling.
I do.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. God bless.
All right.
Good night.
Blessings. Bye-bye.
Hey.
For show notes, be sure to visit our website at www.armedlutheran.us. Check out the Facebook page, The Armed Lutheran, or join our Facebook group, Fans of Armed Lutheran Radio. If you like what you hear, please leave us a comment on our feedback page at armedlutheran.us/feedback or a review on iTunes and let us know what you think. Thank you for listening to Armed Lutheran Radio.